To my man Killer B.
Yes, yes, yes,
No doubt.
yes, yes,
For that weed.
yes, yes. See, people won't understand about me playing this because out of all of us in the family, there's only one of us that's actually still in the fantasy playoffs. And right now, I'm relying on tonight. Um, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts. Hey, Kyle Pitts. Matter of fact, what am I doing? What am I? Uh oh. Excuse me. I need to get myself right. I thought I had my right video set on. Hold on. Excuse me. Hey, I need to talk to Kyle Pitts. Hey, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts. Let me talk to you a minute. Kyle Pitts. I need you to do something tonight. I'm sorry I had to start the show like this. I'm sorry. Good evening.
Ooh.
I need Kyle Pitts to do something tonight. Anything for my playoff sake.
Ooh, Caleb got hit.
Thank you. Now, good evening. Welcome to the Monday night edition of the report. As you can see, the whole family is here. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Good evening.
Now, some of y'all watching the Vikings versus the Bears. Some of y'all watching the Falcons versus the Raiders. Whichever one you're watching, I'm watching one of them right now. I'm watching the Bears and the Vikings. Probably one of them over there watching the other one. We'll see. But before we even start, let's get our predictions out the way while the game just kicked off. So let's start with the Vikings versus the Bears. Rob, go.
Sorry. I like the Vikings at home. I think they have the extra energy now that Detroit took a bad bump yesterday, so that gives them an extra incentive to catch up with them. So if this is a time for Minnesota to strike, it will be tonight, and I think it will be tonight, especially after we just saw that sack fumble that Caleb just took. Good lord!
Ooh.
But they can't take field goals. They got to get in the end zone. They got to get in the end zone. That's a must today. It's a premium.
Mm-mm.
Lonnie, are you?
I like the Vikings as well. The Bears, let's face it, they're ready to end the season and evaluation. Personally, me, that GM have no business still having a job as a member of the Chicago Bears.
Even? Does
Yeah,
it make
yeah.
three?
That makes three because the Vikings going to top. The Vikings they're going to win this game, and them and Detroit will be tied for first place in the NFC North. That's going to be a big politics shocker. And they do, and the crazy thing is Detroit and Minnesota got one more game left to play against each other, and that's the last game of the season. So yeah, Minnesota gonna win. They're gonna tie, and they're gonna be tied for first place in the NFC North.
There will be no lone wolf here. Make it four for the Vikings. After the fact that the Bears basically playing for job security. They are dumpster fire right now, so they could go ahead and throw them whole team in the trash. Um, um, but the last time I saw this game, I saw Aaron Jones run for almost 200 purpose yards and a touchdown. So yeah, give me the Vikings, and the Vikings trying to sniff that AFC North title. After what happened yesterday. After what happened yesterday, the 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 um the king of the north in both divisions is gonna come down to week 18. But for tonight, I'll take the Vikings.
Yeah.
Now let's go on to the other side. Um, Atlanta face the Raiders. Must win situation. I'll flip over here to that at the moment. What you got on that? The can't get right. What you got?
I'm going
Must
with the
win
upset.
Atlanta.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders.
Or what? I'm shocked that the two guys over here ain't said nothing. Ain't reacting. They just.
Yep.
Was that what you waiting for, Ali?
Thanks.
Okay. So you know where we're going. So that's the only reason why we didn't say anything.
Don't move anything to add to that.
Woo. The first one always hit. That's the ooh. Put a little shimmy on it. Put a little shimmy on that. Knock off the edge. Woo.
And for your troubles,
What? There you go. So I have a couple questions for y'all. In regards to yesterday. I have question number one. After what we saw with Detroit, your level of concern for Detroit now, 1 to 10. Rob, I'll let you go first.
I'll say
Touchdown, JJ.
I say a 7 right now. I know it was Buffalo, and I know the severity of that win was for Buffalo. I think Buffalo needed that
That
win
was
more.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Buffalo needed that win more than Detroit did. The issue is now when you look at Detroit, it was bad enough that you were losing defensive players. Now when you start losing the main piece to how your team runs, that's where things starts to get shaky. So losing Montgomery, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's gonna be a bad blow,
Mm-hmm.
especially with
Mm-hmm.
torn LCL, which basically means he's done for the year, and it sucks because Detroit. It seems like every time Detroit gets something kind of positive, a negative comes their way. But the only reason why I'm saying a 7 is because of how Minnesota is playing right now. Minnesota is playing very well, and nobody expected Minnesota to be even close, let alone could have a chance to win the North. But they do.
Mm.
So, concern wise for them, for the big picture overall, a 7. I still like how Detroit still came back and fought. I just don't trust that Jared Goff can throw it 40 to 50 times for these next 3 games
Right.
in order for them to win. They need to keep it balanced. So Gibbs going to have to, and I hate to really say this, but it's probably going to be what's going to end up happening. We're kind of curious to see how this team will look within the next year anyway. Because as much as we love Montgomery, time is of the essence for him too. This is second injury in 2 years that has got him out. So
and he's on his final year's contract too.
exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
as much as I know they probably want to keep him for cheap,
They're gonna keep him.
if he's asking for a little bit more than what they thought, you're going to be running with Gibbs anyway. So you might as well go ahead.
They're gonna franchise tag him because he got injured. Just to
Well, I'm just
they're
saying,
gonna franchise tag.
even with that, no matter what, you still might as well go ahead and prep yourself up for years without Montgomery and find another running back because you're going to have to pay Gibbs regardless.
Yeah,
And
that
I think
part.
that's the more priority than it is Montgomery. So
Because of you, right?
yeah, so that's why I'm not overly concerned, but I am paying attention because we got to see how this team is without, as they call it, Knuckles. Right now, Knuckles is down, and Sonic's got to take over.
He did in the movie.
On that, on Detroit, on the question, I'm gonna say between 6 and 7. Like I'm gonna say like 6 or 7 with Rob. Why? Because they next 3 games is gonna be it's crucial games. It's one thing they are playing the Bears the next game, but they playing at Chicago. Detroit has a hard time winning in Chicago. They do. That's why I'm saying 6 or 7. Then after they got the Bears away, they got to go to San Francisco and play the 49ers in a rematch game. The 49ers and the Bears, they ain't got nothing to lose. So of course they're gonna try to get their W's on them and stuff like that. I can see the Lions. I can see the Lions losing both of these games, honestly. But I also see them beating the Bears. I can't see them beating the 49ers. I don't know why. I just can't see them beating the 49ers right now. I can't. Maybe they might be. If they beat the 49ers, they're going to lose to the Bears. They have a hard time winning in Chicago. That's why I said that last game of the season between them and the Vikings is going to be crucial. That's going to determine who's going to win the NFC North. Yep.
Go walk and see you.
I'm gonna say a 5. And here's why I say a 5, because we was concerned about the Lions defense, especially that front 7, because there were a lot of injuries. But now that front 7 is back and can help out a little bit. Sure, it didn't do that much against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, but it's all right. You lost Knuckles, but that running back, the third string running back, me and this man up here seen this guy in action. He can replace Knuckles easily.
He's pretty good.
Say hello to Shadow. Knuckles gonna be out, and Knuckles might be done for the Detroit Lions unless he take a pay cut to stay with Detroit. But Shadow is going to be there. So, and the thing about it was the 3 games that they got coming up, they can win 2, maybe all 3. And I know it's cold in Chicago. I know that it's cold in Chicago at this present time. Matter of fact, it gets cold in Chicago in October. That I think the Lions can beat San Francisco, and the reason why they can beat San Francisco is because of a couple things: injuries to the front 49ers, particularly in the linebacker, the secondary department, and the front line, because Hargrave has not been there for a while, and the inconsistency of the receivers, unless your name is Juan Jennings and George Kittle. And then the third thing with the Vikings is the Vikings have a hard time of winning in Detroit. Just like Detroit had a hard time winning in Chicago, Minnesota has a hard time winning in Detroit. So the Lions will win the division. Because I got a funny feeling Minnesota's going to drop one before they get to Detroit.
They got to see Green Bay. Minnesota got to play Green Bay.
They got to play Seattle, Green Bay, and Detroit.
Right.
So hold on a second. I'll let you have the floor. So let me sit on sideline for a moment. Just sit on sideline for a little bit. Thank you very much. All right. So the point being is this: I'm not concerned with Detroit. Not similar to at all, because I know that running back they got is young, maybe 7 years younger than Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
So Detroit can be just fine.
My concern level, I gonna hate to say because I love the Lions, 7. And it's twinkling towards 8. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because if y'all looked at that defense the last 2 weeks, especially yesterday, injuries could do a lot, especially when you're talking about a next man up mentality. But when the next man up is your practice squad people,
yeah, that's a problem.
you got a problem. And Josh Allen was not playing with him yesterday. And the expectation that we have for the Lions is to go to the Super Bowl. Right now, if you go up 95 North, there's a team up there that is not playing no games. After what they did to the Steelers yesterday, Philly playing way better than them right now.
Yeah.
I got the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now. And I will put Detroit at number 2. And the Packers right now is sniffing behind them and real close. Really close.
Yeah.
Last night, Sunday Night Football.
I told you the other week when I was on, I said, watch them Green Bay Packers. Watch, they coming back. Jordan Love, he do make mistakes at times, but he ain't make no mistakes in that Seattle game.
Reason why I can't really put too much faith on Jordan Love, because in the playoffs you make mistakes, you pay for it.
Not only that, in big moments. You see them fold in big moments.
Nah,
I can't.
Oh yeah, he folded big moments.
He didn't have to do too much when he faced against Dallas last year.
No. Yeah, Dallas.
Here you go. Here you go.
No. But here's my point, though. He didn't
lose the game against the 49ers. That was all defense.
Yeah.
You can't say he can't shine.
He didn't choke in the playoffs.
He didn't
choke.
Because
they really had a chance to yet.
No,
he hasn't been presented with the opportunity to have to make that to be in that predicament yet.
They almost beat San Francisco. If y'all remember, they almost beat San Francisco
until they came back.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Okay.
I don't see no hand or a grenade in your hands. That narrows it down.
Thank you. So let's go to the next team, because right now we're talking about concern levels, because we talked about the game yesterday, so we're talking about concern levels and some playoff woeful. So the next one I'm talking about will probably be very important to everybody, especially for the National Football League. Let's talk about 15 and them. I can't wait to hear the concern level from you three. Can't get right, I'll go you first.
What about Mahomes and his injury?
I said Kansas City. I said 15 and them.
Yeah.
So yes, them.
And he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. They're gonna dope him up the same way they did him in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Remember, the first half he was limping and gimping that whole first half. Then the second half he came out of there all geeked up. Second half, and he was running like he had 4.3 speed and everything. They're gonna keep him with cortisone shots. He's gonna be all right. That's same. If I'm correct, it's the same ankle. Am I correct, y'all?
Same one from 2 years ago.
2 years ago, exactly. He's gonna be all right. They're gonna give him a nice long needle right in that leg, geek him up, let it travel up through the body as he playing. He's gonna be all right. The Chiefs, but I'm gonna say this about the Chiefs. They got right now. I believe the Chiefs has the longest current winning streak right now in the league right now. They gonna win. They got 3 games coming up. That's gonna be tough for them. They got. But the crazy thing is, one is home and the other 2 is away. That's the Texans. They got the Texans at home, but they got Pittsburgh on Christmas Day, and they got the Orange Horses as the last game of the season away. So I'm going to say when they play Pittsburgh, their streak going to be over.
You still ain't give me a number.
The concern, no concerns there. I have no concerns. It's no concerns. Concern level is all right. It's good. They good. No concern level.
Okay, so that's 0.
Pretty much.
Lobo.
8, close to 9. And here's why I say that. That offensive line has looked like some garbage the last 3 games. 4 games at the most. That offensive line has Patrick Mahomes the last 4 games. As a matter of fact, it started when we started to pursue him. Patrick Mahomes had nowhere to go because the offensive line collapsed. They did address the number 1 receiver when they traded for D-Hop, so that's done. But the offensive line has a way concern problem. And it has some concern with that defense too.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
On what, secondary?
Defense been giving away big plays.
Secondary, yeah. Secondary is a little shaky.
They ain't been giving away big plays. No, sir. You don't let them get a pass. Nah. No. So that's my concern. And with Mahomes, possibly might be out maybe 1 or 2 weeks, depends on how they're going to play him like this. And then all of a sudden you bring in Glass Senior in. If they don't beat Houston, they'll win all the 3 games. Buffalo comes to the rear and get a home field advantage. And now the road to the Super Bowl is at the rally.
So the last 2 years, Mahomes has gotten hurt at this particular time, and the backup had to come in for at least 1 game. And the backup for those last 2 games have won.
Oh, ain't they backup quarterback Wentz?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So you're telling me that
Shameful.
So you're telling me that a championship team, probably without their quarterback for a week, and we're supposed to be overly concerned because we've seen this movie for the last 2 years and they've won back-to-back championships off of his ankles? No, I'm not concerned. Offensive line has always been shaky. They've been shaky for the last 2 years.
Right.
Seen this movie before.
But they still win.
Look, you know how the Rocky movies are when you get to 1 and 2, but then when we get to 3, 4, and 5, they're literally the exact same thing. This is like his ankle. This is his ankle. It's the same movie. Look, I don't even know why you're worrying about that. I don't know why you're worrying about that. His ankle. Yeah. Look, like they just said, they probably rest him for a week because they know they need him in the bigger run than they do the long term than they do in the short term.
And they still gonna be good. They still gonna be good though.
And mind you,
still gonna be good.
If there's one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs that we've learned from the last 2 years,
they always find a way to win.
Yeah, they can beat you with home field
advantage. The running game, the Texans, they got the Texans coming up. The Texans can't stop the run.
They can look. The one thing we've learned about them is they can beat you with home field advantage. They can beat you without home field advantage. As long as 15 and 87 and 95 are all on the field, find a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Please do. Because when it comes to the playoffs, 15 is just like the retired 12.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you beat them is by killing them. Mm-hmm. In order for that to happen, you got to knock him out completely.
The best way to knock him out is keeping him away from the ball. Take your time. Take that time away. Run that clock.
Well,
Take
they
your
tried
time.
that route. They tried that route once before, and that didn't happen, and that didn't work either. 49ers tried that route too, and that didn't work. So it's just literally, it's just who has the killer instinct to knock out 15. That's literally all it is.
I
When
only
one
see. I
team
only see.
finds it, then they can be deserving of the winnings. But
I only
until
see.
somebody finds a way to beat Patrick Mahomes either in their building or outside their building, this league still belongs to Patrick
What's to
Mahomes.
him? Mm-hmm.
So my
Mm-hmm.
concern level, really, on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 3. Now, the only reason why I'm not going, only reason I might take it as a 5 is because they have 3 games in 11 days. That's the only reason why I'll possibly be concerned. That Christmas game is almost pointless because we never have Christmas games. So now you're going to throw that on the Chiefs within these next 11 days. So that kind of throws a monkey wrench into everything they like to do.
Mm.
So overly concerned only because of schedule. But if we're just talking about a team as a whole, nah. As long as they're still in the top, as long as they stay at 2, because here's the funny thing about Buffalo. As good as Buffalo's win that was, they do have another loss coming somewhere. And the
Nah,
last thing they
they
need to
got
do
they
is
got the
take another
weakest.
loss
They got
somewhere
one of the
down the
weakest
road.
3 schedules out of the 3 teams. They got to play the Patriots twice
Don't matter.
and the Jets and that.
Look, one as Lone Wolf said when it comes to Josh Allen, when it comes to big moments, he kind of chokes up.
Right.
So all truth be told, to be honest with you, if Kansas City gets 2 out of 3 and Buffalo takes 1 bump, KC holds that number 1 spot, and then you're giving KC another week for Patrick Mahomes to recoup.
To relax, yeah.
Exactly. So to be honest, my only concern level for them is a 3, 5 because of the fact that the scheduling. But all really Glass got to do is just knock out this next team they got. To be honest, the Christmas game is just a gimme game because they just want to put that on the schedule. Pittsburgh needs that win more than Kansas City Chiefs. So if anything,
Absolutely.
they need to knock out the Texans to hold that bye. If they can knock out the Texans, they can hold the bye no matter what happens. They've already won the West. The bye is what they're fighting for now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody. But here's my take. 2 ways you could look at this. On one hand, you could say we saw this same movie before when he had a bad ankle and it ended up equaling to being a ring. On the other hand, I can go back to when he first got to the Super Bowl and had to face my quarterback with a bad offensive line. And what happened?
Your quarterback won.
He was running for his life during the COVID season, and my quarterback got his 7th ring. So here's my thing. Right now, I give Kansas City a 7. And Lucky ain't higher because it was the only reason why I give him the 3, a little room, is because what I saw what him do with a bad ankle. But this year is a little different. I just saw a man in Detroit yesterday and was in Los Angeles the week before that, snapping on teams.
Yeah.
I've seen Josh Allen looking a lot different than before. I know what Mike Tomlin can do off of a loss, especially one that he's a little pissed off about. So, reason why I'm saying that, don't be surprised if Kansas City sit down Mahomes and they got to play Glass Jr. and then he lose a game for them. Because if Buffalo get home field advantage and they go in tables, ladders, and chairs, y'all gonna be saying y'all have zero concern for Mahomes then with a bad ankle
Yep.
going on the road?
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Yep. Had the
He
same like
he
this
did he
last
did it
year
he
when
did it last year.
went there and dominated.
I don't see. I don't go after. I am not going after last. I going after this year. Now the only thing that will save them behind if Hollywood Brown comes back, they need him.
Not really.
What? If it wasn't for Jameis Winston doing the 30 for 30 challenge yesterday,
Well,
he
you said
gave them short. He gave them short fields.
But that's the thing. You just spoke about the defense. Defense did what they need to do.
That
They
part.
have time, but before that, this was the Cleveland Browns.
Don't matter who you play. You got to play.
Wait.
Okay, okay. So don't go ahead. Okay, so you're going back to saying no matter what you play. But remember that defense that looked a little shaky 2 weeks before that with two other teams prior to that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still 12-1?
I'm not saying hey, look, they're 12-1, you know.
Exactly.
We know what their expectations is.
That's why we're not concerned about it.
Yeah.
Their expectations is higher than everybody else's. They're looking. Look, they ain't just winning a championship. They're trying to do something. Look.
Yeah.
You
No
want to know
team has
what?
done.
You want to know what's their motivation? You guys are their motivation.
Yeah.
You guys are their motivation because y'all won 3 and 4 years. They're trying to do something that y'all haven't even done.
Mm-mm.
If there's any motivation, if there's any more motivation than that, I don't know what it is. But I can guarantee you, the Kansas City's motivation right now is to try to erase whatever y'all did in that 2000 span, and from here on out, three-peat is the only thing they're looking for. No matter how they got to get it.
Wait, New England never three-peated. They never.
We haven't
They won 3 and 4 years.
We went 3 and 4.
They're looking for that dynasty. They're trying to be with them in a dynasty talk. They're not there.
Right.
If they get this one, that's a
If
dynasty.
they get this three-peat, then they're gonna be over New England. Despite how many rings New England got.
Yeah.
Despite how many rings New England got, Kansas City gonna be over New England. Why? Because they got a three-peat.
No, talk to them. Talk to them when they get 6.
No.
Got 6.
In the dynasty talk, Wolf. In the dynasty talk.
Oh yeah, in the dynasty talk, yes, but in the overall talk,
Kansas City gonna be higher than New England. Now, when it comes down to the NFL talk, New England is gonna be over Kansas City because they do, like you said, they do got more rings than them.
But this is my also thing. I can't really dismiss what their backup has done over the years because we're also talking about, even though he might be considered as glass, this is also the same glass that if he never got hurt, he would be the MVP of this league. So it's not like we're looking at a scrub as a backup.
Carson Wentz?
If there's any backup that I would want right now, it is Carson Wentz. Especially for a Chiefs offense that when you look at it for Carson Wentz, this fits perfectly for him. He doesn't have to throw the ball deep as much. He relies on the running game. He's got a tight end that he can rely on who's, by the way, he's about to wake up now that his boy is gone. Now he's definitely going to have to wake up. So now we're going to see a whole lot more of Travis Kelce in the passing game. And then the defense, you got to remember, this defense is still the second youngest defense in the league, and they're still top 10, even with all the nagging injuries they got. So if we're looking at something to glance over about, I'm not glancing over Carson Wentz. And mind you, as much as we like the Texans is starting to get better, but defensively, as Lone Wolf would tell me, they're still shaky too. So and what I always tell y'all about backups, all I need them is for one game.
They're good for one.
That's all I need. And that's all they need. You got to remember, if Buffalo takes a bump anywhere else and Kansas City gets 1 or 2 wins, Kansas City locks up number 1. And that's all they want right now. They just want one more week to rest up and all roads leads to Kansas City. That's all they want. That's all they want. And knowing Buffalo's history in December, within the Josh Allen era, it normally happens. And normally it will be a team like New England that knocks them off.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets be the one doing it.
No.
Or the Jets, and look how look how the Jets
They play. Wait. I'm gonna say it like this.
So,
The only team that I see, the only team I can see that give Buffalo, the Jets don't have a hard time winning in Buffalo.
sure
It's gonna be if you think about it, it's gonna be like a home and home game because these are two New York teams. It's gonna be like a home game for the Jets. Even though the Jets they play in Jersey, you understand what I mean, Wolf? You know what I'm saying? The Jets have more firepower than the Patriots do. That's why I say. That's why I don't know why I just got that feeling the Jets is gonna sneak an upset on them.
Here's why I say this, and I don't buy the Jets winning it because put it away, the Patriots are actually a little bit younger than the Jets. They're offensively. So you asking a 41-year-old man to do the impossible.
yeah.
Wait. It's not.
I'll let you have your. You asking a 41-year-old man to do the impossible, to come up to the rally and beat Josh Allen and the Bills in the rally.
Okay. Absolutely. And at the end of the day,
if you would call Aaron Rodgers 10 years younger, I would say, yeah, that's a good shot. But at 41, you gotta ask yourself this: how much you got left in you? You're not Tom Brady. No. Tom Brady, for some odd reason, Tom Brady defined Father Time.
that ain't what it was, but we ain't gonna go into that.
Hey.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry.
All I can say is this: when it comes to a team that doesn't have anything to lose,
Get the hell away. Get the hell away.
all I can say is this, Antonio.
What the hell wrong with you?
When it comes
What's wrong with you? What went wrong with this man disrespecting my damn God?
I don't know.
That is you don't do that. You don't do that on my show. You don't disrespect that man. What is wrong with you? Continue, sir. Sorry.
All I can say is this. When it comes to a team that has nothing to lose versus a team that has everything to lose, the team with nothing to lose plays more inspired than the team that has everything to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be surprised if either the Patriots or the Jets slip up and get Buffalo on a weird day.
Okay.
It's bound to happen at least once.
You're gonna get.
I agree.
Rob, if you ask me which game that Buffalo will lose, it's gonna be in Foxborough.
No.
It's hard.
No.
It's hard to beat a team. Buffalo is 6-0 at the rally. To beat them at the rally, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, of course.
I can't agree with I can't agree with that with you.
I ain't agreeing with that. Buffalo ain't gonna lose to New England. They're gonna sweep New England. It's gonna be close games. All three of these games for Buffalo is always close. The Jets game with them is always close. The Patriots game with them is always close. But I'm gonna say this. You talking about the 41-year-old? It ain't just an average 41-year-old. It's Aaron Rodgers. Do I think Aaron Rodgers could go into Buffalo and beat the Bills? Absolutely. He got weapons. Don't get me wrong. They added Devontae Adams. Cool. They got Braylon Allen. You got Breece Hall. They need a better. The Jets' problem is they need a better offensive scheme, and they need a better offensive coordinator. Their defense is They need coordinators. They need offense and defense. Let's say it like it is. But do I think Aaron Rodgers could beat the Bills in Buffalo? Absolutely. You gotta remember, Rodgers loved one thing. There's one thing about Rodgers people sleep on. Even though that man's from California, he loves to play in the snow. He loves to play in
I
the
mean,
snow.
if I'm 41 years old and I'm throwing for over 3,000 yards and got
Come
23
on,
touchdowns and
come on, come on.
in the year, I
Exactly.
feel pretty
And,
good
and
for a 41.
let me say this. Let me say this about your quarterback. I'm gonna say it like this. I got no ill will against Tom Brady. Tom Brady, he is.
Hey, before you talk, you just watch your mouth.
You
Okay,
see
I
how
think
I
about
just went
it.
in the dark. I know he's about to say
Okay,
some crazy shit.
I say this. It was so much politics back
Oh,
back
there
then
it is. I knew it.
between Tom Brady.
I
Don't you get me?
Oh,
knew it. I knew it.
oh,
Rob, it was coming.
oh.
It was coming. Come on back on the screen, Rob.
That's why I left. I was like, he's gonna say something stupid. He's going to
I
say
say
it.
that's why I turned. Look
Going
here.
to say it.
I'm gonna turn my chair 90 degrees to my right. Cause I see it coming. I seen it coming. It was coming. And you had that button ready.
I knew it. I knew it.
Chef had that button ready.
One thing you're not going to do is you go disrespect a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're not going to disrespect a 7-time champion.
He walked right in there too. He
You're not
walked right in there.
You're not going to disrespect a 7-time champion. You're not going to be talking politics when it concerns to my champion. My champion had to get suspended.
I remember that one too.
Drake London walked in there with a touchdown. He literally just walked in. It like nobody was even open. He literally threw that ball. And he was wide.
That
Sir,
was for you, sir.
I'm not trying to disrespect Tom Brady, but I just want to say this:
Tread lightly.
when the NFL, no, you gotta hear this
Tread
out.
lightly.
You might agree with me.
It's
You might
coming.
agree with me. You gotta hear this out now, sir.
Don't you use it. Don't you do it.
No,
I'm trying to
at
say you.
at those times, that's when that steroid thing came out. Him and Peyton Manning. After the whole
Billy
NFL got
Bonds.
tested. The whole wait. The whole NFL, the league itself got retested. And of course, they passed the test web like that. But it was just how ironic. Peyton Manning got hurt with the growing injury where it kept him out pretty much, and Tom Brady got hurt around the same time. I want to say this: between the deflated.
Can we move on to the next subject?
Damn. Damn.
Why? 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 Why you just can't be respectful? Why you just can't be respectful? Why you can't be respectful? Anyways, I need to move on to my next subject.
Yeah,
Anyways,
because if he keeps this up, I'm gonna start drinking. Now I can't drink right now, so keep going. Jesus.
okay. So here it is, right? So my
Oh my
question.
God. Oh my
So
God.
let me bring in this next question while I bring this man back. You better not come with no disrespect. Excuse me. Let's move on before I permanently put you in the box. Now, let me ask y'all a serious question. I heard this debate today, so I want to hear y'all take. Who's under more pressure this year? Josh or Lamar?
Ooh.
I'll answer that. In the
Ooh.
beginning, it was Lamar. But as the Bills started turning to becoming this team that we know they are now, oh, it's on Josh Allen. Clear as day. Now I get it. Both of them has not beaten Mahomes in the big game, in the playoffs where it matters the most. But this falls on Josh Allen this year. This is your. I could honestly say that after watching Josh Allen this year, you are at the prime of. You're at the peak of your. You're at the peak of your powers. And if there's one time if you want to catch Mahomes, this is probably your only. Like you know how Joe Burrow's window was just like that margin of window, and he caught it.
Mm-hmm.
This is Josh Allen's window now. Now Mahomes caught. Now Burrow caught that window. He caught that window, and he made it over the hump. He just couldn't finish the job. Josh Allen, here's your window. Your window is that small. If this is your chance, and the fact that you've already beaten him once, this is your shot. You got no more excuses. Y'all let go of Diggs. Y'all let go of Davis. Y'all did everything you could to do whatever it needs to be done. Nobody expected Josh Allen and the Bills to be as dominant as they are right now. Nobody expected that. Did we expect them to win the AFC East? Yes. Did we expect them to make the playoffs? Yes.
Yes.
Did we expect Josh Allen to be this dominant even without his weapons? Not even
No.
close.
Not even.
But he has. Did we expect this defense to be as good as it was? No. But they are. So I got to give nothing but credit to Josh Allen, the GM, and more importantly, the head coach. Any other coach with this kind of offense or whatever, this kind of puny of a defense, would have just rolled over in their grave and just tried and get ready for a high draft pick. But but McDermott, the owner, and the GM, and Josh Allen, they're built different. They built for this. Josh Allen has understood the assignment. He knows what he needs to do, and he's only looking at one person. So as much as Lamar, I still think he has some pressure. I still think he's probably got just as much as Josh Allen. But if we're looking at it from right now and
Josh
how
Allen.
it is, it's Josh. It was Lamar to start the season. I give him that. It was Lamar because of everything that he has. But even with everything that he has and the little that Josh Allen does have, the little trumps the big right now. So right now, Josh Allen's got a whole lot more pressure on him to win, to get at least beat Mahomes and get to the Super Bowl. I don't know about winning it, but if you can get past 15, and I've always said this, you can get past 15, you can get past anybody. And only one person so far in the playoffs has gotten past 15, and he ain't gonna be in the playoffs. And Kansas City better be lucky that team ain't ready. Because if that team was built ready, I don't think nobody could get past Cincinnati. As high power as they've been rolling, Burrow is just. Let's just say this: if Burrow's record was flipped, Burrow will be in the conversation for MVP right now. There ain't nothing you can tell me about that. But I give it to Josh Allen. Josh Allen right now has the most of the pressure to prove. I could flip if Lamar wins the North. Now, if they win the North, then I got to go back to Lamar. But right now, all pressure belongs to Josh Allen because he's going to win the MVP.
I can't get right. You sound like you agree. So go ahead.
I agree. I totally agree.
Lone Wolf, what you got?
Well, you know he got Josh Allen.
I do got Josh Allen.
You know he got it. I don't even know why you got to ask that.
Yeah, right. You know how you feel about him.
He got so much on Josh Allen. He's been waiting for him to throw a pick for the last 10 weeks.
I kind of walked myself into that one, right?
I was about to say, Josh Allen ain't throw a pick in 10 weeks, and he can't even throw up the picture. He hasn't thrown a picture up since what, week 2, week 3?
Yeah.
He's been waiting to throw that picture back up. So I don't even know what you worried about asking that one.
Okay, so you can explain why.
Oh, I told you this yesterday. And Rob had a little extra in them. I told you. You had every excuse that Josh Allen fans had done is, oh, he don't have a receiver, yet you bring in Stephon Diggs from a trade and drafted Gabe Davis. Then it comes to a defense. You had a good defense coordinator, which him and Sean McDermott had beef, and he rolled out. Then all of a sudden is now the running game. Okay, you drafted James Cook. That's 3 excuses. I go a little more.
And Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but James Cook was the prime. James Cook was their target.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I can't leave Ty.
And
Ty the ball.
then you, sir, want to say I don't have home field advantage. Well, you did have home field advantage last year, and you still couldn't get the job done beating Mahomes. So now you have an opportunity to get home field advantage. Now that Mahomes might be out for 2 to 3 weeks, possibility. And Kansas City has a chance to lose 2 out of the last 3 games, and you have the chance to win 2 out of the last 3 games. So if you get home field advantage, and you lose, what's your excuse now?
And you got Amari Cooper as a number one target.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper as a big receiver, and you got young receivers too.
Shakur
and they don't look like they're young like rookies. They look like the veterans.
That's what I'm gonna say. So
yeah. So now you get home field. If you get home field advantage by winning 2 of your last 3 games, and Kansas City lose 2 of their last 3 games, and you go field advantage in the first round bye, what's your excuse? And you lose to Kansas City or possibility a bottom team. What's your excuse? That would say if you push all that up, Josh Allen will now have no excuses. You've been in the playoff for 6 of your last 7 years in your NFL career. You're 5-5 in your postseason careers. And of those 5, you lost to Mahomes 3 times, including in the AFC Championship game. 2 of them. If I remember correctly. 1 minute. No.
Yep, 2 of them have been Mahomes. One
Yeah,
in Buffalo, 1 in Kansas City.
No, it was correction. It was 3 times they lost to Kansas City, but only
one was the first one was the double
championship game,
double overtime mess with that.
Yeah,
with
Diggs
making that catch. Game. I forgot all about that.
Right. So now, what's your excuse now, Josh Allen? You win the MVP, but if you lose to maybe a Mahomes, maybe a Jackson, maybe a Wilson, or maybe a Knicks, what's your excuse? I know.
Don't do that.
I just put out.
Don't do that.
Oh, I have to take that person out. Put Herbert in there.
Don't say those 3 letters. No.
I'll throw Herbert in there.
What's the 3 letters?
I'll take that one out and throw Herbert.
What's the 3 letters?
No, you don't need to know.
Don't say that.
You don't need to know.
Don't say that. Oh no.
No, it's a need-to-know basis.
I ain't ready for that.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Down the road.
Now, Lone Wolf, just before our league goes, you do realize let me ask you this basically. You regret getting Bradley Chubb and we could have had Josh Allen in that draft class?
Yep.
Okay.
And guess what? Elway regretted it.
Okay. I just want to make sure we on the same page.
Oh, no.
When I heard that, I was like,
yeah, I remember that clear day. We had an opportunity to get Josh Allen, and Elway passed him up. And then years later, Elway regretted it not getting Allen. So, yeah, I was with you. I read between the lines.
Jackson got 2 MVPs. No hard way.
Nope.
No Lombardi.
No.
Josh Allen, No MVP.
Mm-mm.
No Lombardi.
Mm-mm.
Easy answer. Lamar.
Ooh. Please do tell.
Two years ago, we were talking about Lamar Jackson MVP. Then everybody say Lamar need a Super Bowl, right?
Correct?
Correct.
Didn't happen. Then the next time, Lamar became MVP for the second time, right? Went in the playoffs, almost got unanimous MVP. Got in the playoffs, forgot about what he was, right? He wasn't a running quarterback. He started to be a pass happy man. Forgot what he was. Okay. So now what did the Baltimore front office do? They went down to Tennessee, grabbed that 270-pound king, put him on a plane, and put him up to Baltimore. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What's your excuse now that you can't get it done? You got 2 MVPs. You've been in the postseason. Mahomes bumped into you. Well, you bumped into Mahomes, I should say, because Mahomes is the king. You bumped into him. And every time you bump into him, he pushes you right off the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Like 300. You know, like the pit that pit that Leonidas kicked that Persian in? Mahomes do that every single year to you. I ain't worried about Josh Allen. Josh Allen gonna have his time. Because now he got a team that's built around him. He have time. You don't have too much time. You know why? You know why you don't have too much time? Because Mr. Harbaugh, he don't have too much time either. Because Rob told me a couple weeks ago. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Lone Wolf. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Yes, he
I
did.
remember Rob told me a couple weeks ago that maybe we need to start looking at Mr. Harbaugh.
I did. I didn't like saying it, but
He didn't like saying it.
It's the
He
truth.
didn't like saying it, but
it's the truth.
It's the truth.
His look. So, I hate to say this. His last championship is getting older and older by the year.
So
last one was in 2012.
I understand y'all when y'all talking about Josh Allen, because Josh Allen all of a sudden now for pretty much ever since this year he has changed his ways, not turning over the football, looking like he could be promising to get a Super Bowl ring down the road. But what I'm talking about right now, you got a coach. You got a coach. Time clock is running out. You got a team that literally is the best team that you had, minus your defense. I wish you had somewhat of the 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense. Then we wouldn't have no excuse at all. But we don't have that.
I wish they had last year's defense to go with this.
They don't have that.
Yeah.
So with you now having a running back that is pretty damn good, future Hall of Famer too.
There's no reason for you to be struggling the way y'all.
Thank you.
There's no reason for them to be struggling the way they do.
Now, if you just tell them, and I get it, like you said, the right now, yeah. And don't get me wrong. If
Lamar job should be easy right now.
Well, yeah, it should be, but this is the nature of the NFL. It's never easy. That's why I say, if anything, if there is a 1A
when you got 2
1A and 1B, that's them.
But you gotta understand something, Rob. You gotta understand, Rob. Remember I said this before the season has started. It's not what they do, it's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? And I also said I wanted to see how this collaboration of Henry and Lamar gonna look. And it has its highways and it has its byways. It's not all that good. To me, it's not. And I'm sorry. You know why? Because Lamar, if you look at Lamar likes to run the ball too. Now Lamar was more of a I'm trying to think of a quarterback. If Lamar was like a Joe Barrow, then that scheme with him and Henry with King Henry will work perfect. Perfect. Lamar's a scrambling running back too. You know what I mean? So he likes to run the ball too. But like we said before, the best way to bring Derrick Henry at his best is to keep on feeding him the ball and stuff like that. And if you watch them Baltimore games that they have lost and stuff, Derrick Henry, they do not feed Derrick Henry the ball like that. They don't. So I just sit there and say, I understand what Ali is saying on that. I totally understand.
For me, I think the three components that has messed up Baltimore's season.
The offensive coordinator.
That's the number one. Losing at defensive coordinator. Ultimate number one problem that they had on their hands, because
I agree.
As much as I like this new one, he doesn't have that same energy that one had.
No.
2, Patrick Queen, I believe, is a big miss for them. And I don't care what they say. Patrick Queen is a huge miss, especially now that Roquan Smith not being there right now. I think Patrick Queen would have gave them that little bit of security on defense to make sure that defense
gave them that energy. He gave them that energy. Yeah, absolutely.
That's number 2.
Like what he's doing with Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Man, even though Pittsburgh lost to Philly, you can see they defense is.
And this is why the Alley may have a case on this one, because Lamar Jackson. Now I talk about Josh Allen 5-5 postseason, but Lamar Jackson is 2-4 in postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go to count the ways that he lost. Who he lost to? He lost to Phillip Rivers. He lost to Ryan Tannehill. He lost to Josh Allen. And he lost to Patrick Mahomes.
The first one I almost don't really count, but I understand why you put that on there. Because he came in at the last few weeks of the season, and then he turned that offense around, and mind you, they were getting blown out at that point. But I understand why. The Tannehill one is the one I really start with, because that one was he had a full year. He was the guy. He just won unanimous MVP and then got his ass whooped. That's the first one. That was the one I'm like, all right.
But he returned favor 1 year later.
Right.
That was the time when
oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That time when Tennessee came to Baltimore and basically stomp on the logo. Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that one too.
And then
stomp him in the nuts.
And then
yeah,
all of a sudden the playoff game, they return the favor.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, for me, it's like 1A and 1B. They both really have pressure on them. I just think the more that we talk about Josh Allen in the spotlight, the more it's going to amplify him to be, okay, you got to get this done. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We knew that Lamar had the most pressure coming into the season because with everything that he's got. There ain't no way that Lamar can skate by it this year. But as much as Lamar has been getting the talk, it's now shifted the talk over to 17. And 17 is getting more talks than 8.
Yeah.
17 is looking to get his first MVP. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Right. Oh, this is what happened.
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, it could be both. And like I said, I think we all got valid points for each one. So it can go either way. I just know the start of the season, it was Lamar. Preseason, it was Lamar. When he got paid, it was Lamar. And it's been Lamar ever since the first game of the season. It's just shift from Lamar to Josh Allen. Then it swaps 1 week. Then it swap another week. So like I said, it can go either way. I can understand why Lamar is right up there with Josh Allen, but hey, both of these guys got to get it done one way or another within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Because if not, both of their times is going to start running out. Because you got to remember, let's see.
Herbert might be coming.
Yeah, because Lamar, he will be in the league for almost 10 years in 3 years, and Josh Allen will be right there with him.
Right. Because they came in the same year. Didn't they?
No, I thought Josh came a year after.
No, I think
they came in the same year.
Oh, that's a stacked draft class then. Either way, the point is, both of them need to get it now while they're in their apex. Because if you don't catch it now, with guys like C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts,
they're coming.
Yeah, they're on their way. So I just say don't get it. Even Jordan Love got time. But guys like Lamar, guys like Joe, guys like Josh, and even, I hate to say this, even guys like Jared Goff. Goff got to figure it out one of these days. Because he ain't no spring chicken either. Remember, he made it to the Super Bowl in his third year in the league.
Yeah, we kicked him off though.
Bro, the same year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They came in the same year, 18.
Okay. So that's what I said. They got to get it within these next 3 years while these running backs are still, especially Lamar, because if you don't get Derrick Henry a Super Bowl within this year or next year, I don't know what to tell you.
They came in. They couldn't get right. They came in the same year with Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Saquon
and Denzel Ward and Sam Darnold.
Who else came in there with them?
Josh Rosen.
Saquon Barkley.
Josh Rosen. Boom.
Who that?
Exactly.
Saquon Barkley.
Who that?
Mika Fitzpatrick.
Shit. Who's Saquon Barkley?
Yeah,
he's in that run. He's in that run for that MVP this year too.
No.
Yeah, but we all know where it's going to.
We know where it's going. He's gonna be the runner-up. Saquon gonna be the runner-up.
No,
Saquon probably be the offensive player of the year.
He'll be the offensive player of the year if you can break that record.
Also, there's some people that came in there during that year. Let me help you out. Nick Chubb came through there that year.
Wow.
Courtland Sutton came in that year.
We sure did.
Yeah. Jesse Bates.
That's a nice class.
That's a very nice class.
Yeah.
Brown Jr.
Yeah, can you imagine putting all that on the team? Jeez.
Yeah.
So yeah.
These are guys that came in. They came in these rounds.
And what year is this?
18. Josh Sweat.
So yeah, so like I said, in 3 years they'll be in their 10th year. So they got to get it done.
Yeah.
They got to get it done.
Yeah.
They got to get it done. Because if not, like I said, guys like C.J. Stroud and then all these kids that are coming out of college, however they're gonna be looked at.
Depending on if J.J. McCarthy can get healthy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got that. Caleb.
I ain't gonna lie. If J.J. McCarthy if he didn't get hurt, he was definitely, the way he looked in the preseason, he was looking like he could have got Rookie of the Year. He was playing good.
I honestly think this draft class could be, like, when it comes to quarterback wise, underratedly, this could be one of the better draft classes we've had in a while. This one coming up? No, this one we just had.
Yeah.
Wait. This one coming up.
No. This draft class right here with Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and Bo Nix.
Okay.
And you have J.J. McCarthy coming out. Yeah, I think this could be a strong draft class.
Okay.
Michael Penix Jr.
But
Michael Penix.
But you know what? But
this could be a strong draft class.
You know what, y'all? This next draft coming up is gonna be a whole lot of good quarterbacks too.
Now,
I
the next
think
draft
this.
class
I
coming
think
up,
next draft class gonna be an all-around stupid draft class.
yeah, from
Nah, I think the
particularly
year
receivers.
after.
Offense,
The year
offense.
after. That's the draft class.
The year after is all around. This year, offense.
Yeah, this year's draft class is, if you really look at it, it's really only maybe 3 quarterbacks you would really want to get your hands on. The others is kind of like if you want to build, if you want to like see, this is how I think about this draft class. This draft class for quarterbacks coming out for this year could be the draft class where if you have a starting quarterback, you can sit behind them, like the Jordan Love situation, and get them primed up for like 2 or 3 years, and then when it's time for them to go, they can take off.
Like Drake May. Like
There's
Drake
only
May.
really like, yeah, it's
Like
only
Drake
really
May.
like
Hey now.
Hey,
it's only really like 2 or 3 quarterbacks that you could put in this draft class coming up right now, and they're going to start right away.
I can name 2 off the break: Sanders
Shador is one of
and
them.
Ward.
Yep. I would say really it's Sanders and Ward. That's really the only 2 that you really want to start right now with.
Not
I think-
Carson Beck.
Not
No.
right now.
He needs at least 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for
One.
example, I think Carson Beck fits well. You know where I think Carson Beck can fit well in? If he sits behind somebody. If he can sit behind a Matthew Stafford.
Even a Sam Darnold.
Nah.
He's not. But
Nah.
hold on. Sammy ain't had a bad year.
I'm not saying that, babe. I'm talking about when I'm looking at this draft class, I'm looking at, say, for example, like
I think Carson Beck. I think if he sit behind anybody, he should sit behind.
Like, say if Baltimore draft a quarterback and they sit behind Lamar for at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I think this draft class. That's how I think. But that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's how this draft class is going to be. I don't think there's going to be guys like this year where it's like 3. When it's like,
damn.
You gotta remember this draft class we've had. It would have been, if I'm not mistaken, 5 starting quarterbacks that were all rookies.
Look at them.
So I'm thinking this draft class is going to be like you'll get your quarterback, but it's going to be somebody that's going to be sitting and waiting in the wings before the other one gets out of the way. Like I said, if Carson Beck fit with the Rams and he becomes the backup and have him with Kyra Williams and Pookie for the next 2 years, shoot. And get that defense.
What about with either Tampa Bay?
As long as Baker's playing well, not yet.
What about with Carolina?
No, Carolina needs offensive line.
What?
Yes.
But Carolina need a quarterback too. They not too confident with Bryce Young.
Bryce Young is not that bad if you give him an offensive line and a number 1 wide receiver.
He does have a number 1 wide receiver already.
He does.
He just needs a line. Xavier Legette is his number 1 wide receiver. Clear as day.
So
it's clear that he's the number 1.
So all you do is get number 2.
That's the thing. If I were Carolina, I start building line because you got to remember, Bryce Young is barely 6 foot.
Yeah.
You need a line to protect him.
Yeah.
So if you want to spend any money on anything, spend it on the line.
Something that somebody should spend the offensive line money on. I ain't gonna say no names, but that individual needs to start.
Where's the button? Where's the button? Can I put him in timeout? Where's the button? Can I put him in timeout? See, he's starting. I didn't even say nothing. I'm gonna get you. Where's the button where I can put him in timeout?
Boy, tell the truth about your team that you need offensive line.
Oh, you don't woke me up. Okay. Let's talk about my team. My team.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
Y'all, Ashley just saw a sign on the in the Raiders game. Somebody had a sign that says "Tank for Shador."
It's a whole bunch of them flags that says "Tank for Shador."
Yeah, cause that's where Prime wants him at.
He does.
Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants both of
Close
them.
to home. He close to home. He close to home.
It's nice.
Or Travis Hunter.
No.
Now you know what? Here's the crazy thing about that. And I saw something on the internet today, and it kind of poked my head around it, but it almost makes sense. What if the Giants get the number 1 pick and pick up Travis, screw up next year, and go get the legacy kid that's a Manning?
Archie.
Oh wow.
Now you got Arch that's in the legacy in the Giants. Plus you
Oh,
got
and
neighbors in
the
Travis.
Giants gonna go for him because Eli. Eli gonna be
That's what I'm
like, come
saying.
on.
That's what I'm saying. Go get Travis. That's what I'm
Whoa,
saying.
whoa,
The Giants will get
whoa, whoa,
Travis.
whoa, wait. But then again, they might not listen to Eli because they listen to Eli, and that's how they got Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but this a difference.
Why you laughing,
This,
Ali?
here's a. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Because Daniel
You're not
Jones is some trash. That's why.
that now. Don't get me wrong. You're right about that. But it's a difference between a guy that you're just seeing than somebody that's a family. It's difference. And if it's the truth. When you got a family, when you have a family member that's just as good as
well, you gotta
as
understand.
y'all,
You gotta understand something too. If you talk about family and everything, the Sanders is Cowboy family too.
yeah, but y'all not gonna do it because your owner is just as stingy as anybody else's. You're not gonna do
Yep.
it. You just paid
Well,
Dak
King in the
60. You
pocket.
just paid Dak $60 million. You're not gonna dump.
yeah,
You're
but
not gonna dump $100 and some million of dead cash to go and get Shador. You're not gonna do it.
not to get Shador.
Not to get Travis. You're not gonna do that either.
We're gonna
No,
get
you're
No.
Travis.
not.
We might just.
You're
I
not
hope
gonna
they
do
do.
that.
If we don't get him, we gonna get Duke from Boise State.
That's your best chance. Your best chance to get is to get Ashton Genty or get the kid from Arizona State.
I
One of
Oh,
them,
think,
one of
hey,
them things for sure.
Scatterboo's good too. Yeah,
Yeah,
Scalaboo
one.
to me, for the team that down reside in Dallas, Scalaboo will fit perfectly. Because you get
Yes, it would.
Scalaboo, you can move on from Zeke
he
Elliott.
physical. He's a physical running back.
That means if you get him, you can move on from Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, because him and Rico Dardell, they can share the ball. So yeah,
Exactly.
right. You have a
So
physical running back and an agile running back. Okay, you're
so
right.
basically, if I was y'all, I would address that offensive line,
So should
the
y'all.
trenches,
So should the
and anything
Broncos.
else. Don't look for entertainment. Get what you
Watch your
need.
mouth. Watch your mouth.
Mm?
Everybody talk. See, I ain't talking about
Hey,
y'all
hey,
all this
hey,
negative.
hey. Y'all
So,
started. Y'all started.
so,
I ain't
so
starting nothing.
let me move on to this next question that I have for y'all. Um, I'm gonna get into this real quick because I'm on time. We got the NBA tomorrow. There's a cup championship that's yet to be decided.
Mm.
What's that about?
Oh no, not my bad, man. I mean some barbecue, man. I
Okay.
need
I'm
some
about to
brisket.
say it.
Jesus
What that
Christ,
about?
brother, came back.
Um,
Good. Like damn,
uh,
man.
hey, look.
You've
You
been
got
showing
that.
off
You
all
got
day
that
today. If
name.
I were you,
You
I'd
got
calm
that
down.
name under you for a reason. I'm just saying. Anyways, there is a game that yet to be decided. Rob, talk to us.
Ah, well, two teams on a hot streak. One team is the number one team in the West. One team is trying to fight themselves back to being top 5 in the East. Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting storyline this time around because we got a team that's I'm not even calling them up and coming because I don't think they're up and coming anymore. I
They're
think
here.
they're right there on the verge of competing for a
Dominating,
competing for a
dominating for a
championship.
chip.
And a team that's trying and then against a team that's trying to find some kind of spark to keep their season going. Which has worked. I give Milwaukee credit. They're starting to play better defense. And I like how Giannis is taking command on the defensive side of the ball because now it's showing up on his offense,
Mm-hmm.
which is good, which is what they needed. My issue is they're playing against a team that has always had defense and has always rebounded the ball and has always been about the team more than it's about
Physical and
me
physical
or we.
and physical, and they got
Yeah,
two twin towers in the middle.
yeah. So as much as much as I don't like to do this, I'm sorry, Darvin Ham. I'm sorry, Torian Prince. Y'all about to get y'all first loss in the cup. I know y'all been undefeated because they were on the Lakers last year and they won and they've been undefeated since. But this is where the loss is probably greater. God, Man, not the face mask. So I think this might be the loss they're coming for. I would like to see if they can, and
Whoa.
mind you, and let's just, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna call a spade for Milwaukee. They haven't really played a good team yet in this cup, so they're finally ready to see one right now, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder, who's going
And
to
let me
win.
ask you a question. Are they playing in OKC?
No, this is in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas?
This is Vegas.
Okay. Let me
Don't
think.
matter
I'm
where they
saying,
play at. It don't matter if they play in OKC. It don't matter if they play in Milwaukee. OKC is
yeah.
just that good.
Yeah, they ain't got nobody. They ain't got nobody to hold SGA.
I don't think they got. I don't think nobody. They don't have nobody for Jalen Williams. That's the
Jalen
big.
Williams is the X factor.
That's the big one.
Holmgren, and Hartenstein will be the X factors in this game because one thing.
Holmgren's not back yet.
Holmgren
Huh?
is not there.
He's not back
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
He'll be
My
back.
bad. My
He'll be
bad.
back by Christmas.
Okay. Damn.
But it still doesn't matter. They've been
Okay. See. Oh, the
They're
reason why.
they're second in rebounding without Holmgren, and they're number
Right.
one
Right.
in defense without Holmgren. So no matter what happens, they're still and they're number
Okay.
one team in blocks.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. I think it might. I think Milwaukee about to get blown out. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Milwaukee about to get blown out by OKC. Now I say beat. They're gonna get beat by 17 to 20 points in this game. Because all you gotta do with Giannis is throw big bodies on him. You throw them big boys on Giannis, them big guys. OKC got a lot of big forwards. They got a lot of big forwards. Giannis is he gonna get his points, but they gonna weaken him. They gonna weaken him. They gonna tire him out. Once you tire him out, I mean, all you got is Dame. Dame going, he gonna ring them threes and stuff like that. But who gonna stop SGA?
That's a good question.
Who gonna stop SGA? Not Dame. Not Dame. Hell no. I like Dame. I like Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard
Torian Prince can't do nothing for him.
Huh?
Torian Prince can't do nothing for him, and Chris Middleton is getting old, so no.
Right. And my whole thing in the matter is, don't sleep on Dort. Don't sleep on Dort. OKC got they got a hell of a team. That team is talented, and they big, and them guys are big. So that's why I think it's gonna be a blowout. They got the same team from last year. So yeah. Yep.
Oh, they only got them favored by 5? Oh, that's disrespectful.
Very.
I appreciate the fact that y'all have y'all consistency with it, but if the way I see it is OKC and SGA gonna get you 34 points. The question is, who is going to be your closer if you're OKC?
SGA, of course.
Not for Milwaukee. You got Giannis that'll get you a double-double. And they got an A-OK bench, but OKC has a better bench. The problem I got is, can Chris Middleton become that closer that we saw him 3 years ago?
Before the injuries.
Before all the injuries piled up on Chris Middleton.
That part. Good. That's a good one right there. But like Rob said, just like I said, OKC team defense is lethal.
They got a lot of length.
Yeah, they got a lot of big bodies,
a lot of
big
speed.
bodies, and every time Giannis go to the hole, he's gonna have a big body in front of him. That's why I think Giannis going. That's why I think they're gonna shut him down.
A lot of speed.
Yeah, and they big, like I said, and big body. And very athletic, I must say too.
Now back to my breakdown part. Some tell me that Milwaukee's going to win this game. I'm going to go with Milwaukee. Here's why I say that. If they can force OKC to play their style of basketball instead of going running up and down the court, then Milwaukee can get them. Slow down OKC first. Force them to play your basketball game, and you can get OKC. Because we've seen this on a couple occasions where if you slow down OKC, you can beat OKC. That's been proven.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can learn it, that's why I say I'm going with Milwaukee.
I just don't think that Milwaukee has played a good team yet. This would be their first real good game in a while.
I got 3 letters for you. OKC. I don't see them being able to stop them young boys. No, Wolf, you're saying that they will have to play their style of basketball. The problem is OKC is nothing but young and is fast. So I don't think Milwaukee can force OKC to play Milwaukee ball. I don't see it. I think OKC is going to push them. And with OKC pushing them, it's going to be too much for Giannis and them. And that means they're going to have to knock down shots. And for them to knock down shots consistently, I trust OKC more to knock down shots than Giannis and company.
Right.
So give me OKC. I don't know about the covering part, but I think OKC will take it.
The 5 is kind of, I think the 5 for OKC is somewhat disrespectful. Because I think it could be more than that. I think it can get it up to 8. 8 or 9, I think that's where I think my comfort level is. I just don't think that I mean, I get David, you think it's gonna be a blowout. I think for me it's gonna be about 8 or 9 because at one point OKC is gonna sit their starters down and Dame and them is gonna have a quarter where they go off and then they come back. Right. One thing about the NBA season, 12 to 15 points is not a lead anymore.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. Even 20 to 25 is not a lead anymore. That does not exist. Like right now, the Heat had a lead and turn around. Guess what? Detroit's got them in overtime and they're up by 1 with 15 seconds left. So there's no safe leads anymore in the NBA unless you literally have blown them out, like Cleveland has done in Brooklyn.
But the Heat and OKC is 2 different teams.
I understand that, but again, nope. I have seen this year some crazy leads get blown out. I have seen it so many times so far. It makes my stomach ill to see the kind of defense that some of these teams play with a major lead with a whole lot of time left. They think this is like the 2000s and the 90s when you're up by 20, 25, the coach is going to sit their starters down and bring the bench. No, they keep their starters in and then they bring the bench in for about 2-3 minutes and they still come back and win this. So I've seen it go one way, I've seen it go on the other. Hell, I just saw, what was it? Who was it? The bet I won on between Cleveland and Charlotte. Look, Charlotte was losing 40-21 in the first quarter. They only lost by 3.
Same thing too. Last year also, San Antonio when Denver blowing us out.
Yep.
San Antonio came back and won.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So like I said, it can be done.
Yeah,
leads can be broken. Leads can be broken. Teams can be had at any given point of the season. I just think when it comes to, and I really don't like to do this to Doc, but I'm going to do it anyway. When big games come upon him, he chokes. This could be one of them because this could possibly get his seat not being as hot as it is right now. If he wins the cup.
Now, well, Well, looking here at these two Monday night games, honestly, boring.
One's boring, one's not. But if the Vikings score again, it's about to be boring.
That one's boring. Atlanta and the Vikings. I'm shocked it is competitive as it is.
It's Kirk Cousins in December. How can you not know this was going to come?
I ain't just saying that the fact that it wasn't coming. I didn't want. Y'all was over there talking about he should stay the starter, but how he been playing for the last month and a half,
Trash.
he's only thrown one touchdown, one, and that was tonight against London.
Hey, look. Sometimes you need that horrible team to jumpstart your month. But right now, it don't look like it because even with that one touchdown, he still ain't even got anything else. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, safety.
but that won't him. That won't him. That was the defense got to say. The defense needed that.
Like I'm here. I can't get right. Like really.
Look,
Come on now.
As bad as the offense has been for
Really?
Atlanta, if there's one thing Atlanta needed,
this game,
it's a touchdown or defensive safety.
the Raiders going, the Raiders going. You know what? The Raiders going to win this game by 1 point.
Oh Lord! I'm just glad I won my fantasy week and I ain't got to fight for last place. Thank you. No, not at all. I won my game against Kevin. I lost.
You have to what? Even though you still have to continue, you're safe for now.
I ain't dead last. Kevin can have that, so he can wear Eagles colors.
Huh? Like I said, it's not over yet.
It is for me because I know I'm gonna win out. I'm fine with that.
Nah, I had to get my revenge.
Oh, you did beat Sister Girl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you over there. But we gonna make our way up this beloved podcast of ours and watch the rest of this. Oh, that was almost a pick six. Boy, that was almost the quickest pick six you ever seen in your life. He threw it right to, oh God, oh Lord. Ooh. Sam Donald, don't do that.
Oh, good ball. I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah, he was gonna get picked and six, like quick. But oh, there we go. We're looking for it. Oh, oops. Oops. I was looking for that. Oh, sorry. Week 16 is coming. Christmas coming too.
Shout out to Randy Moss. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Randy.
Get well.
You know you're one of
for real.
Randy. Randy on the behalf of the Chefrazzi Report, we want to give prayers out to you, asking you for praying for a speedy recovery as you go through this cancer.
Absolutely.
Like nobody, we know you're a great dude. We know you're a great dude. So, on the behalf of us on the Chefrazzi Report, we personally want to make sure that you have in our prayers and you have a speedy recovery. Because Lord, I do not want to, I don't even want to think about it. I'm not even going to think about it. But until for now, we go. I don't even know what something to say. Do you have something to say for Randy Moss?
Oh yeah, we wish you get well for the we get well through your cancer. I know it's bad, but I want you to get well, Randy. We like to see you back on TV.
Good dude,
Please.
Randy. Good dude, Randy.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely,
Well,
most definitely, most
hey, look,
definitely.
listen.
One of the best
I'm gonna
wide
go with
receivers to
this.
play. One of the best wide receivers to play the game.
That is a fact, not an opinion. I will go with this. I will leave the show on this. Randy, get well. Because we can't watch You Got Moss without you.
Mm-hmm.
Until then,
That part.
I'll cheers to that. See y'all later in the week. Peace out. Take care of each other. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Y'all.